It's the Sawcast, where real people speak that real shit on real topics every day. And I go by the name of Steve. Whoa.
And I'm Ariel, and it is a special Father's Day podcast with our dad.
The one and only.
The one and only. Can you introduce yourself, Dad?
What's up? What's up? What's up? How y'all doing out there in the world? You know what I mean? This is Big Steve, and being a father, still working, still living, still loving life best I can. You know.
That's good, Dad.
All right.
You're doing pretty good.
Yeah, working good, feeling okay. You know, got them old pains, arthritis, things like that, but I'm still moving.
All right, so we're going to have a few questions for you, Dad. Just, see if we can answer. We all going to answer them, you know what I'm saying? Just go through them real quick and give your honest answer, okay?
Okay.
All right. Why did you become a father?
Why did I become a father? I don't know. As a man, most men think of themselves in the future through kids. You look at yourself in life and you want to start a family, especially when you think you met that woman, fall in love with, you want to expand that love by creating a family. So I thought by creating a family that would create my perfect little world and my perfect little ending in life. So I wanted kids because I wanted a part of me to introduce to the world, I guess. And so I had a job.
Nice. Steven, do you want to become a father?
Yep.
You do? Do you have a timeline or anything like that?
Before 30.
Before 30?
Before 30.
Dad, how you feel about that?
Well,
Your
as a
parent,
parent,
say that.
when you get a certain age, you kind of look toward having grandkids. But you also instill in your kids when the right time to do anything and to be prepared for the future. So if I was to brag about having grandkids and you guys don't think that you're financially ready for that and you're not stable enough in your lifestyle that you're ready, then don't listen to what nobody say.
Yeah, just do it when you're ready.
Just do it when you're ready.
Okay.
When you feel like the time is good.
So
But I still want grandkids though.
Oh, Lord. Did you always know you were going to have kids?
Yes.
Okay.
That's just something you know. I'm just.
You,
I hope that I was able to have them when I wanted to have them. I knew when I was gonna get older that I wanted to have them. But yes.
Did you know? Like, is it because you had a big family or?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm the last of 10 kids, so.
But you only had 3 kids, and you want to come from a big family.
Well, that's true and it's not true. So I guess with the last question out here, then I probably can reiterate and assume that's a true question. You know, I think that I got 2 kids that are playing. You guys, I have one older son. We know about my older child. Name is Delmas Lamar Cox.
We're going to
all
beat
shouts
that out
out
for
to
you.
Delmas.
We ain't going to do like
Congratulations on your marriage. We'll sit back sometime like man and son. We'll talk. There's issues that arise, but we'll talk.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do the podcast together as a family.
Oh, that'd be different.
Right?
Yeah.
Be like,
So don't ever think that I ain't thinking about you, man. We talk about you all the time. So it is what it is. Love you.
Yeah, that you're always trying to have that, that connection with him. So yeah, that's just like a touchy subject for all 3 of us.
Right.
Because from our end, it looks like our dad's trying very hard to establish some type of relationship, and we know a lot of dads who don't. So it's just weird sometimes to see, a sibling not want to or not try or just be kind of weird with it. I don't know.
Some days.
What do you mean, Steven?
Some days, I don't know.
It's based off the parents.
Yeah, how he was raised. But some days I forget that I even have an older brother for real, because he's so absent.
Yeah, because
a lot of that is,
our siblings
and
are
I have to
so
take
close.
fault in that. A lot of that is due to the relationship and the way that it came about by him being brought into the world. That's a touchy subject,
Very.
but sometimes 2 people need to be together They need to plan it. I would encourage being married before you have kids, but I'm not. I wasn't married when I had y'all, so I can't sit here and throw stones at nobody. But if I could encourage anybody to, because I know being in you guys' life, or at least love the person you having kids with.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was in you guys' life. I loved your mom. And she loved me. So that was part of the motivation that kept us together in raising y'all. My older son, mom, we cared for one another, but I don't think that same value was there. Uh, I tried to. I remember. I know you guys probably remember when you were young. I tried to take you guys
All
through,
the time.
and his mom would be, become irritated and
Yep.
be like, "Don't be in and out of his life." And that kind of shedded a little darkness on my world because I felt like if you were strong enough to take a man to court and let him face a court and judicial system about being a parent to a child and that you want child support or
Ooh, that was
any
something I
kind of
didn't even
paternity
think of as a question. I
issues,
should have.
when you put the government in it, then you done already threw all the respects out of the equation because you allowed a man to tell me when I can visit my child and when I can see him, how much money I had to pay to care for him.
Mm-hmm.
You based all this off of a numeric system and a way that some man sit down and they created this system and how I was going to be a father to my child. When a woman takes you to court, that's what that puts a man in that position. So it's hard to really focus on the truth and how you're going to be a parent because this person that already violated your moral conduct. Now, I'm not saying some women shouldn't, because some women should, and they have, because the child is more important than anything. Child first. We're trying to be a parent and we're trying to be a strong part of raising this child, but in some situations, you can't fault a man from the pain that he's feeling because of how he's supposed to present and project himself by going through this court system that mandates a law on how he sees his child. And then a woman tells you, don't be in and out of a child's life. Don't, that for me was hard. Because all I wanted, I would have been happy with her dropping my son off and leaving. Because I know he would have based a relationship with you guys. And I know that probably would have been a whole lot better than a person getting a personal issues based off of how I felt about your mom, which, because when a man love a woman, another woman has a baby by that man, and he doesn't love her,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of puts a shaky positioning on parenting.
Yeah.
And that's just a real deal. That's why I think two people should love each other, and they should kind of think that out in a relationship before
So it
you have
don't
any
become
kids.
like more personal, because then it was more of a thing. Basically, it's like more of a thing against you instead of really even against you and the child relationship. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So it's
That's
hindering
how you
our
look.
And
That's
all
how
it did
child
is
support.
it just
No,
evolved.
I'm saying like because what he said, like, okay, since he loved mom and they had they had us together and we were like playing, and then he had he had Delmas
Unplanned.
and then he still loves mom, you know what I'm saying, and like on the mother's end, his mother wasn't feeling the love, you know what I'm saying, she wasn't feeling the love, so she probably wanted him to
I'm
feel
telling you, I
like,
remember
you know what
separating.
I'm saying.
I remember separating from your mom. Us breaking up because she couldn't deal with it. I tried to go back to his mother,
Mm-hmm.
and it didn't work because she started still kicking it with the cat she was kicking it with, and it was like disrespectfully. I want to come with you. I want to be with you. And all apologies to Delmas because you might not know this, but I really was trying to be, kicking with her. I was gonna be with one of y'all's mother. And I felt like as a man, that mom didn't want me, so I tried to move on. And at a young age, you try to move forward. And her response to me trying to love her wasn't the same person that I was used to when you guys were playing. It was a little more, your mother was more supportive. It was more about you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Holidays is more about a family ordeal. I'm going to put my kids on this pedestal and put them up there. So that's how I looked at it. It was nothing against her. I just knew that mom, Delmas's mother, her mother, which is Delmas's grandmom and grandfather, basically took care of Delmas and her. She lived with them.
Mm-hmm.
So he was well taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a mandate that I was paying child support, so that's what I followed. I just followed the court order and just paid what I could when I could and worked as much as I had to sustain the lifestyle. Yeah.
And yeah, just so it's clear, you paid child support his whole entire life, even though, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes, even
Yeah,
though,
even though they
even
didn't
though
really
they
have a
really didn't have a
And
relationship.
it was a while I worked at the company I worked at. I was off work probably 9 months, almost a year. Well, I tried to change jobs, and real just built up. Now I don't know, but back then, if a woman gets any kind of governmental assistance, Medicare, Medicaid, they help pay rent,
Mm-hmm.
these WIC programs and all this, then a man would have to pay some of that back. But my real just built up. I mean, to a point where they added like $70 on each one of my child support cases. You and Steve was one case, and Dumbus was another one. So you picture paying $173 every 2 weeks, adding $70 onto that, and then you guys paying almost 200 and 70 on that. That's what I was paying every 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's hard.
Yeah.
That's a whole lot.
So I'm glad you talked about child support because I ain't even gotta ask you that. But the next question was, does who you have kids matter?
Yes.
Why? Why does that matter? Why do you think that matters? I guess you kind of explained it a little bit already, but
Yeah.
Well,
What would you say would be the most important, like I guess important reason or reasons to be selective with who you have kids with?
right.
well, now I can say that now. Let me be basic and say, with love, it don't exist. Who don't exist? Why it don't exist? Because love kind of dominates the human standard as far as how you think and your judgment calls on, and your educated calls based on
Mm-hmm.
life and experience. But with life and experience, if I could go back now,
Yes.
I would probably say, I probably wouldn't change anything. And the reason, I know it's weird to say it,
I hope
because
you win.
y'all turned out, y'all turned out as, y'all turned out good kids, and he turned out as a great kid. So through the mistakes and the trials and tribulations, I was a success as a father, and you guys were successful doing what you. It was harder. I think we all know we could have been a little better, but why change what came out? And is, but if I could say, you gotta start with a God fearing woman. Gotta be God fearing.
Why does she have to be God fearing? What does God fearing mean?
Well, what God, to me, what I believe in is God teaches a basic principle on how you live. There's different religions out here, in our minds, in our hearts, and there's different ways that people project their perception of the afterlife and how they should walk. But if you say God, then He has many names, and a lot of different religions practice their religion. To me, if she's a God-fearing woman, then she knows right and wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You got to know that. You got to be able to teach a child right and wrong. I mean, you got to be able to know how to discipline your child. You got to know where to go when you can't get help out here, when nobody can help you fix anything in the world. You got to be able to go to some form of understanding where you can heal yourself through belief and strength and trying to understand something when you have no power to understand it. To me,
Okay.
religion is the best way to tackle that.
Okay.
Because if a
Well, do
woman
you-
has that,
Well, both of the women that you have children with have families too.
yes,
So they have they already had a village.
yes,
So do you think that's important too? Because you pick women who have
For them.
villages.
Yeah, for them to have a solid
A
support system.
support system. Is that important?
yes.
Okay.
And a lot of men don't understand it, but if I look back at the support system, it's that family that seem like they be meddling in your business. That's people that care. A lot of cats don't understand it. If
Yep.
I'm like, yeah, I heard you this person and you acting like this and he ain't got no job and he ain't trying to do nothing. He walking every day. You know, that's people that care. A lot of women take it as people hating on them. They call it hating nowadays. But if you don't have nobody that can help you, an older person's been somewhere you haven't been. They've been living for a longer period of time. Like when you go to sleep and you wake up, 365 days a year, that's 1 year. But if a person's 10 years older than you, look at how many 365 days that they went to sleep and woke up and they had their heart broken. They went through something. So with a person being here a little longer, he probably can teach you something. So a good support system, if you have those kind of people, God-fearing, somebody that attracts you. You know, can you talk to this person?
Because communication is important when you're raising
Can
kids.
you talk to this person after?
After a hardship or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
After a
Hardship.
disagreement or something. Are
But when
saying-
you let's just say you and this person are attracted to each other, and I'm gonna go there.
Yeah.
Okay. No, real talk.
Go there, Dad.
Go ahead.
You and this person sleep together, and y'all have a wild fantasy night, loving. Can you look at this person, lay down next to him, and talk to him? And do you enjoy talking to him? Some people have no conversation after they had a wonderful night together. Those are the people that won't last in a relationship. You got to be able to talk to somebody after watching a Flintstone motherfucking cartoon. You should be able to talk to somebody that you care about in a sensible way that you enjoy. And what I mean by that is just a simple conversation. Just can you talk to that person in any situation? Can you go to them? Can you feel relaxed in knowing that person?
He's dropping gems on you.
You ain't gonna get it all I'm just asking you to be selective when you go to have kids, because a lot of people don't think that's important, but it is. If you have a lot of them things intact when you meet somebody, you probably have a lot more chances to be a lot more successful in raising your child. To me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Dad. That was good. That was a good
Well,
one. All right, next question is, who is your favorite child and why?
It's weird.
It got to be one of these two sitting there.
That's hard as a parent to say that.
Okay, well, who is it, though?
If you don't have no favorites, it's cool.
Well, I don't.
He do have
A
a favorite.
favorite
I don't
is
think you
ain't no favorites.
What? It's not a child that you would call before another child if something happens?
I don't think that'd be your favorite.
The child that I would do what? Well, I
don't
can't say that because when Ariel was a certain age, she would cry like God damn. Forgive me, Lord, forgive me, people. You know, I had to cuss. But you would cry and scream when your mother would, and then your mom would. I would be babysitting you, and I couldn't get you to stop screaming when you was little. And I asked my mother, "What do I do? What do I do when she screamed like?" Her mother said, "A child is used to listening to her heartbeat, her mom's heartbeat. So if you hold her close to your heart, and you just love her, and I just held her close to my heart." You listen to my heartbeat and you calm down.
So are you saying that I'm your favorite?
At that time, you did some stuff
I
that
feel
just
like-
made you to just
You
the
know
most.
what?
But Steve wasn't born then.
Whoa.
But then Steve
Before
came,
Steve,
and Steve was a
crazy.
cuddly
love
little
Steve,
fun, just happy baby.
Oh, no. That's just
And
like when
then
my
there
parents
was a
talk
point
about
in-
us.
It was a,
They
it's-
always
I'm,
like,
I'm
Ariel
telling you,
was
when you have
crazy.
kids,
Steve
man,
was so happy.
your kids become
He's
your
a
kids
little
That's a
become
joy.
your
ball of
favorite.
fluff.
Your favorite becomes
I'm like, I was the first.
Well,
So y'all was so it's easier to take care of Steven if you already had a kid.
but then at one point, I'm telling you, when y'all was kids, I took y'all to Delmus's grandmother's house, and he went and got a toy, and he let you and Steve play with it. Then y'all sat down. Y'all got on y'all knees, and was sitting there with the toy, all three of y'all. That was a moment in time that I was like, wow. I seen all y'all together, my kids. Then one time y'all came over to the house where I was staying there, and y'all all visit me as a family.
Oh,
Then
yeah.
there was one time when Ariel got hurt, when Ariel was playing football. You was playing football.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh,
You was doing
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
And I remember that
Yeah.
was a great time when
Playing
I made you
football.
the number one child. Then Steve played wrestling.
Oh.
Then it was like,
Okay.
it was back
That's
and
so
forth.
honest.
Y'all had
us
That
on-
is so
y'all had us
He
on the
honest.
high.
moments. He
I
said
feel
got
like
moments.
at different times of your life, you have a favorite at different times. And
Yeah.
I feel like that's so true, Dad. I'm glad you didn't lie and say you don't have one.
So it deals with like it's the momentary.
Because
You know what
Steven
I'm
was
saying?
probably your
Like-
favorite when y'all was living together and
It
working
was just
together.
you guys were trying
Because y'all was
hard.
together every day.
No, y'all were just trying hard to.
He's
To
the
be
only
good
other
at what y'all
person
was
that
doing.
understood. You're the only other person who 100% understands the work Daddy does outside of him.
Yeah.
So at that
In the
time,
family.
he was
In the
probably your
family.
favorite at the time because y'all was together every day.
Right,
Y'all lived
2,
together and worked
3
together,
years, man.
and y'all went out of town and worked together too.
Well, yeah,
Yep.
but
Uh oh.
But
you was my daughter
Yeah.
that had a damn degree, graduated college, and was
I
living in
did
North
around the
Carolina.
same.
This
Yep.
big company
That was around the same
sent
time
you
too.
North Carolina.
so we
Yep.
was neck and neck.
So I mean, it's just. And then
He was bragging at that time.
Steve was working good at the company. I mean, he was real respectful. Everybody liked him. So it was kind of like I was well rounded. I had favoritism in both of y'all. It's like I couldn't judge him because then when I love Steve, like, damn, my son on point, boy, I got the best son in the world. Then Ariel will do some shit. Daddy, I'm going back for my master's. God damn, that's my daughter, boy. Then Steve come, Dad, I'm a president of Q Dolls. Like,
Right. I swear to God, he
you know,
clowned.
I mean, so it was just riding the high, up and down, up and down. Then one day, Delmas called me. She said, "Yeah, I know Ariel and Steve got their degrees. I'm so proud of them." He said, "But man, I heard that. I was like, dang." He said, "I went back, got my associates in business." I said, "What?" All right, then. I was like, but
That's what's up.
that's what's up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That
Definitely what's
motivation.
up.
That motivation. It was
Wow,
like, sis,
that's crazy. We
doing
motivated
all
you. We
these
didn't
big
even know.
things, bro, doing this
We
stuff.
didn't even
Then,
know.
hey, I got,
Hey,
Pops, I
somebody
got
always
mine
watching
too.
you.
And I was
Somebody
like,
always watching you. You never know. People have told me that they've seen me motivate
Okay.
them to go back to school too.
I got
So
a short. It's just a
That's
little quick.
interesting. I didn't even know
As
that.
you said, like that we got.
Go
That
ahead.
we on that. There's somebody watching you. So me and Devo be working out, right? We be running a lot. We run almost every day, right? So yesterday, no, it was Friday. We went and got a good run in. We went and what was that Saturday? Friday or Saturday? Whenever it didn't rain. So we was running past this gentleman. He had a stroller in his hand. And he was pushing the stroller and jogging. So we waved to our neighbors. I say the neighbors because they live in the same area as us. So we waved to people while we running and everything. So then he actually walked past us. He's like, "Man, I see y'all running every day, man. Y'all motivated me, man. Y'all keep doing it. Y'all keep doing y'all thing." I'm like, "That's crazy because you never know
right,
who watching
you never know.
Never know who watching you." But back to what you was saying.
That's interesting. Yeah, Dad. So that makes sense. Like you was up and down with the favorites throughout the years.
That's like
It's
probably
hard.
the most.
It's like you can choose.
That's the most real
You can
answer
say your favorite,
you
but
can give.
majority, like you said, you would think that because Steve
I can apply it
with
to a
me,
whole bunch
but
of different parents I know.
as long as you gotta remember, as long as you're
Probably
doing the
every
best
one of
you
them.
can,
Yeah.
and if somebody don't recognize it, then that's their fault. It's you're not put here to please everybody. But if somebody notices, then hey, congratulations. You know.
Alright. Well, Dad, next question is, what is baby mama drama? What is
Have
it,
you-
and have you ever experienced
Have
it?
you had it?
Baby mama drama is
Sheesh.
an issue where a boyfriend and girlfriend that had a child together can't come up with with a rational decision or conclusion or answer for anything that happens. If a man only makes a certain amount of money, if I'm paying child support, and then if she calls me and need extra money to do anything,
That's gonna be a problem.
and then to me that's baby mama drama.
That'll start
Especially
something.
if she has a significant other or a boyfriend.
Woo.
And then she calls you and says, I need some money. Well, I just gave you child support. It don't matter. That ain't helping me. But you got a boyfriend or a man. Now that's why I go back. Now let's reiterate and just put the tape on rewind and go back
Yep.
to the bringing, the raising, and the background and the people in the back. If you had the right family that was back support, if you had the right bringing up, then they would teach you. To me, because I had 5 sisters, you don't, a woman teaches, this old saying, girl, shake your money maker. You know what I'm saying? Some women date men and don't give them a responsibility. First rule in law is, if you date somebody, you got to accept. If you want to fall in love with somebody, you got to accept them for who they are. So if they got a child, and that child becomes your responsibility. Now, if a woman's calling you because she wants to pay rent, and she not only want to pay rent for your 2 kids, she has other siblings or other kids. So, if that be the case, then this new guy that's projecting a position in her life, he has to put up something. And it shouldn't be felt all with this one man. And that creates baby mama drama to me.
That's a real big one, actually.
If you date somebody new, and if she pops up
principle
and she drops your kids off, when she know you're gonna do some dating,
Paying child support and they need more money, that creates drama so much.
to
Because
me
men
it's
are like, you already, like you said earlier,
a jealous-hearted woman that can't accept the fact that, okay, if she kick you to the curb and then you move on, and she pops up and she wants her presence to be felt. She wants everybody to understand her position, not respecting yours. To me, that creates what you call baby mama drama.
Right.
Anything she does is going to be a little too far. As they say, this person is real messy. She's going to be real messy on anything she does. It's not knock on your door. Girl, you and Steven go up to that door, knock on his door. As soon as you open the door, she pull off. That's baby mama drama.
Have you had that before?
Yeah.
Mom did that before?
She drop y'all off and cut out.
It's funny because when he said that, a memory of
I feel
knocking
like
on his
something
door,
came in my head of that before.
Hey, I knock on the side door.
I was like,
Yes.
damn. I was like, I had knocked on the door before and she left Susie answer.
But to your kids, it looks like we were already planning to go over there.
And that's what it
seems.
So if you was like, y'all not supposed to be here, then we'd be like, huh?
No.
It was planned.
What's weird
But
is
you
the
always used to
subliminal
tell us to
message.
come in. But what if you was like, what y'all doing here? We've been like, we're planning to be here.
What you mean?
Right. And then
think
that
of
would
a
cause
crazy-
issues too.
Just
So,
think of a crazy thought in the
Manipulative.
mind.
it
Like,
makes sense.
my mom, God bless her soul in heaven. We all found out, she got treated for cancer, but she had cancer. And
Didn't
sometimes
tell
she
us.
would have, there be days when she was weak. And my mom would like cook. She was a real neat to me cleaning lady that cooked. And when she would cook, y'all would tear her food up. I would tear it up. To me, everybody loved her food. But your mom would never eat it. She don't eat that kind of cooking. That's a form of baby mama drama to me.
That started some drama.
Because, I don't care what your mom cooked, how nobody else cooks. I would eat their food just because that was respectful.
Dad, I don't think that has anything to do with baby mama,
think
baby
that's
daddy. I
just
feel
a
like that was y'all's relationship.
Yeah.
That don't have nothing to do with us. That was
You don't
y'all's
think so?
relationship. No, that was y'all's relationship. You was mad at her. Y'all was messing with each other, and she didn't want to eat your mom's cooking. So that's a relationship thing. I don't feel like that's a
something
baby.
you kind of
That's
have
a
to
baby
bring.
mama,
You know
baby
what?
daddy thing.
I had to have, next time we do this, we got to have us a female panel. We're gonna have to have three of y'all
No,
friends.
we want to hear
Ariel.
the dad's
Steve, we gotta have 2 or 3 of your
perspective.
buddies.
No.
We gotta have a panel answer that, cause that's a question that
Oh,
can be
he
disputed
really
for
wants
years
to
and years to
understand.
come.
He cannot get over
Have
this.
you ever dated a guy that you didn't try to eat their parents' food,
Have I?
and
Yeah.
they came and told you, "I don't eat that
Yeah,
stuff."
I've been in a relationship with a person and I didn't want anything to do with his mother. And everybody knew who I'm
I
talking
think that
about.
was personal. I think somebody taught. To me, that goes off a nickname that people.
But that was
But-
only one
but-
person out of
but
everybody.
Like
also-
I
some
dated.
people bear a certain nickname in their lifestyle, as the
Oh Lord.
the bad girl. I'm only gonna say that. I'm not gonna say it
I know what
disrespectful.
you talking about.
Oh, that's Big B. That's the bad girl. So they project
Sorry,
this
that's my
image,
mom's
and they
nickname.
carry the chip on their shoulder. This is who I am, and everybody gonna know me as this. So they it's gotta start from somewhere. And I'm telling y'all, with I guess, to me, I guess y'all little.
The
sometimes-
mom got that name because she tells it like it is, no filter, like me. That's where she got that name from.
No.
Because
I
she
think
tells
she
it
said
like it is,
because
no
she
filter.
used to be, you know,
No, because every time she does
bad,
that, every time she
you
tells,
know, with the girls,
every
you
time
know.
she tells it like it is, no filter. Now they call her that. That's how I know. That's why they call her that. Because they only call her that when she snapping on a motherfucker for some shit that they did that don't make sense. So, my mom always be like, I'll be talking crazy on social media, and I'll be like,
that's-
your nickname
Maybe that's how
is Big B.
your
Like, what are you
perception
talking
Just
filtered
you-
about?
down with your
The modern
understanding.
version of her.
Right.
Yeah,
I
I
am
can
the
dig.
modern version of her.
But
And
yeah,
of him
so
too.
it was more or less
Really.
like, to me, it was more or less.
Well, we both
Hey.
50-50, just different 50-50.
Yeah, just different ways.
It was more like I used to laugh at it because I didn't see it back then. Because maybe, like you said, I was a motherfucker myself, so I can't call anybody out of their name if I'm disrespectful within myself. So sometimes, you know, you got to look at.
Well,
what's
just like
presented
you felt like,
or what
just like
is.
you feel like she didn't want to eat grandma's food.
I just thought that was
but
one
she
of the.
didn't. She feel like you didn't want to be around her family, and you still don't. So
No. The
that's,
thing is,
that's
the
your
thing
opinion,
is, most of
Dad.
her older family, they grew up in the neighborhood where we grew up, so I knew
That's
all
true.
of them. So it wasn't play football with her cousins. I knew your cousin Nate. Ursi used to live over there by us. Helen, Inez used to hang with my aunties and sisters and them. So I knew everybody in y'all circumference. It was like it was easy. It's just that my mother and them didn't come. They used to gamble a little bit, and so they saw a little more of a little everything than I saw. You know, I never seen my mother drink a beer or a drink, Crown, anything.
I'm so
Only
glad
thing
they
seen
changed
her smoke a cigarette,
this generation.
and then she wouldn't inhale it, and then she stopped one day. So I never seen her party. My daddy died. I never seen her date another man. It's hard from what what you say. How do these kids come about when you see this person that's presented in front of you? I saw her for years, and I did never seen that.
Right.
All I saw was her and my father stick together, and they had 10 kids. They used to argue and fight, and they would come together, go to church, pray, cook food, and make sure we all was there and we all was, a family. So that's what my perception was on being a strong parent, is sticking in there, being there, and I didn't understand a lot of what your mom saw when she was young. She maybe saw her mom date. She seen her mom maybe drink, a beer or whatever, socialize, hang out with friends, different forms and fashions of friends and stuff. They see more gambling. When you gamble, you see a little more open lifestyle than you do. Like we was more church. When people came around and they was too loud or too wild, they would get shunned off. When nobody deal with them, they knew they had to leave. But when you go like the card games, get those open. People come in and people visit and people party and have fun and you see a little forms of. You kind of see a little bit of everybody there. That was new to me.
Okay, so I think that.
Plus, I was a little corny. I thought I was a little square because I didn't do a lot of that.
I think you're bringing up like another thing you're saying that can cause baby mama drama is like outside influences from your family. Yeah. Like if your family start getting in y'all business, then that can cause drama as well.
Yeah.
I feel like that's basically what you just said. You just explained it.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Because with some women, you got to accept whatever goes with the flow with their family. Mm-hmm. And as a man, if a woman says that it's not going to be like that with her family, with your family, then you got to kind of allow her the right and drop it all. That's the only thing I could think of because I didn't do it. I kept a relationship with my siblings because I loved them. I didn't want to lose that. And I gave her all the respect. I gave her everything she wanted. I tried to spoil her as much as I could. Let her be right, me be wrong. But when it came to my family, that's all I had. Should me and her have nothing, that's all I had to run back to. So I had to have somebody I can talk to when going was rough, getting was going and going was rough. Somebody I had to go back to when I needed to get your hair braided. My sister could braid hair. I need somebody to help me move. Family is everything. You can't just always remember love is a beautiful thing, but don't always destroy your family because of it. Ooh. If love don't want to compromise with you, then love don't love you no more. I mean, that's real talk. I mean, I'm just saying.
All right, Dad. Next question. Do you think women can step into a father role?
Yes.
We talked about this earlier, kind of.
Yeah, we briefly spoke.
Yes and no. I think a woman that has to raise their child on their own, yes. And no, because I think a man can teach a man how to be a man. Mm-hmm. Not better than a woman, but it's just a commonality that he's a male and she's a man. I mean, he's a man and she's a man. I mean, he's a man and his son's a man. Excuse me.
I get it.
I'm tripping.
We knew what you were trying to say.
But you know what I'm saying. I'm just saying if a woman's a woman, she could teach a woman on how to be a woman better. I mean, y'all got commonalities,
right.
That a certain time of the month comes, y'all share that. Yeah. I don't know what it feel like to some of you hurting and y'all cramping and your body's actually excreting, blood. That's something a woman could teach a woman. Your body changes.
I would never be able to know how relationships, friendships with men are. You know what I'm saying? Two men in friendships, how that really is as a man. I can tell my daughter that, you know what I'm saying, this is how men is going to be, but that's only from a female's perspective. How a man is from a man's perspective is going to be different from my perspective.
I think with
it's
experience,
not going to ever be the same. Like I can't teach her how to maneuver around other people, other men.
I think from experience,
100%.
Right now,
I don't know everything that y'all have to go through.
I guarantee you, right now, probably up to your age, you probably could tell a young man a lot to raise him from a teenager to at least 24.
I can tell him everything that I know as a woman, but what Steven would tell him would probably be totally different from he would probably start it off differently.
Yeah.
Because the things that are important to y'all aren't important to us.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, yes. But,
So
what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to stay light coded because there's a lot of single women out here that have to make that choice on their own.
Yeah, but they're never going to be a father.
But I don't want to. But I don't want to say
we're still giving them their credit and their just due because we know they have to fill two roles because there's an empty spot. But we're saying that
I don't feel like they're filling two roles though. I feel like they're in one role.
Technically, they not.
And a lot of times they can't even fill that role because the other role's not there to help balance it out. So like a single mother by herself has to probably do the men things that men normally do, which is like provide. So she can't even be there to be what mothers should be. Like your mother should be there.
She would be hardened. Like she'd be tougher.
No, I'm saying like you know how mothers are there when you get home from school.
Well,
and mothers care for you, and mothers feed you, and all that stuff. She probably can't even do half of that because she got to go to work.
When I speak,
she might have to work 2 jobs.
She can't even fully step into both roles. She can't even step into her role.
If we talking
as a
about
single mother, to me, you can't even be a single. You can't even be a whole mother when you're.
If we're talking about the physical
if
form
you're on your own,
raising a child from a physical specs of male, female. If you're just talking about one woman doing it all on her own,
right?
She could do it, but some parts will be unsuccessful because you probably need a male there. But if she would use outside influences like her father or her uncle or nephew or cousin, somebody male figure that supports her in her life that could stand by and help her raise her son.
But she can't do it on her own, though.
Yes. And that changes the dynamics of it. Like a man. If a man just so happens to, God says he takes one soul to bring another soul into the earth. If he pulls a soul, which could be a man's wife, and they have a child, and he wants to show or teach his daughter how to be a woman, maybe he can use a woman figure at church or his mother or his grandmother or sister to help him, or a woman that he meets. Maybe she had a child or would help him raise that child. So I think it's possible to happen because you have, let's go back, God-fearing, family support. I think a single woman can do it with a family support group. Because if she meets somebody new, then the male figures. But
not on her. She can't step into a father role, though. So you're saying she can't step into a father role, but she can do what she can to try to fill that up with.
I think some women got to step into a father role just because,
Dad, they can't step into a father role.
I know what I'm saying is, we're trying to hocus pocus. I'm a man or a woman. I can do this, do that. I'm not saying that. You got to think from a non-physical form, man. What we talking about? Things are dynamically changed
your responsibilities. Is that what you're talking about?
You guys' minds are deep.
Yours is too. Trust me.
No. But you guys do a whole lot. You guys know about raising. Y'all know about raising kids. Y'all know about going to these classes to change a person's mental perspective, seeking therapy on things. So that same projection can help raise a child. A person that thinks like that will have to seek out other avenues. I'm not saying it's easy.
Yeah, I feel that.
I just don't want to give up on the single women out here that's struggling their ass off to raise these kids alone. And a lot of cats ain't standing up, so you can't really just knock every woman out here.
I'm not knocking them at all. I feel like they are good mothers. I'm just saying they can't be a dad.
I guess in my mind, I just don't want to say, yeah, you're right. A woman can't stand in a man's position. Because I want there to be that woman out there that's defying nature and standing and raising a child, a man to be a man. You know what I'm saying?
You hopeful.
Yeah, well, because I got a lot of nieces and stuff.
Yeah, you got a lot of women around
trying to raise theirs. And, I got a daughter. She have her baby.
Yeah, but I'm not.
She probably gonna be with her man though.
I already know that I'm gonna be a strong. I'm a strong woman. I'm gonna be a strong mom. But I cannot be a father to my kids. And I'm happy that you actually, and that's another question I wanted to ask that wasn't even on here. Sibling, that you had me a brother, sibling, because they always will have. They'll have a grandpa and they'll have an uncle. You know what I'm saying? And a dad. Like I feel like they need a lot of both. I feel like you need a lot of males and you need a lot of women.
So they're gonna teach you something different.
Everybody gonna teach you something different. Cause
there you go.
Yeah. So you need a grandpa, because grandpa, he lived a long time. So what he got to tell you is going to be different from what uncle got to tell you, who haven't been living that long. You know what I'm saying? And uncle's closer to your age, like where you've been. Grandpa, he's farther, but he going to give you like the principles that you need, like solid life ones that.
The morals is right.
Yeah.
So if he's a God-fearing man.
God-fearing man.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just
but
So
that's real facts.
yeah.
I ain't trying to knock those
I feel
dudes
you,
that don't believe in, those are non-religious people. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to get into nobody's atmosphere, I ain't trying to mess with your sky. Whether your sky be out of this world, they say out of
Right.
this world, extraterrestrial, something being out of this world, something different like that. But I'm not saying that.
I feel you.
I feel you.
Dad, okay. Do you think your kid? Do you think when you start having kids, do you think they need siblings?
So when you started,
brothers and sisters?
Yes. Do they need brothers and sisters? So should
think
people
it was
have
good.
one?
I think
Should
it was
people
good
have
for
one
you
or
to Steve.
No, but she's
have each
saying
other.
like
should people
people
have
have
one
one
or
or
should they
multiple
have
kids?
multiple?
I think it should be a rule
from a parent's
to
perspective.
have, a parent's perspective.
Yeah, from your perspective,
Have you one
Dad.
child to be 3, and then you can have 1 or 2 more.
Say that one more
So-
I think
time.
it should be. I
What'd
think
you
you
say?
should have one child. If you have a child,
Okay.
you should at least go to that child as 3 before you have 1 or 2 more.
Oh,
Okay.
So you can have
Because
an
you know if you're
established
capable
oldest.
of some
Facts, so they
people.
can be older.
Some people fall apart when they become parents, and by the age of 3, you'll know if you're trying to be a parent again. But some people won't make it.
Dad, you dropping gems today.
No, it ain't. You just gotta.
Nah, that's a gem.
It takes
That's
3 years to
fire.
understand that you a mama and daddy and what you got to do, because that's hard, man.
Is it?
Then if you love your baby like we
Make a lot
loved
of
you,
sense.
we knew Steve wanted to have somebody to play with. So we was like, yeah. And then luckily, which jumped all the way to the beginning when we thought you was the first one. We found out about Delmas, and it happened that my oldest son was the first. So it was a complication in there, but which hurt. That's really what hurt your mom, because she thought she was the first. You was the only one,
And, that's
and when you
important
was
to-
not the
to
first,
saying.
that really
That
mentally
is so important. to
messed
her.
with her. Yeah. So
She really cares about that type of stuff. So so you think wait until they're 3 and then you figure it
To
out
me,
on your own.
I would
But
just wait for
thinking
2 or 3 years
Just thinking
old.
about being a parent and how you raise your kids. Do you think kids need siblings? Do you think they
Yes.
need siblings? Okay.
Yes.
Why?
But I would say because
But still wait until
They're
3.
right, to know.
If you're not that person
you're
that
not
should
ready.
have multiple kids.
Right.
Because
Because
I think some people, just young folks out here, just want to have sex. This girl have a baby, she get a little loose, and they want to do it again. Another baby come.
Right, but they're not thinking about the
And
responsibility.
thinking about it, now you got 2 of them.
Double responsibility.
Then y'all fall out for a
Stress.
minute. She find that it's hard out here. She get back with him. He start working, doing the right thing. She fall back in love with him. Boom, have another one. Now that's 3. So then if they ever break up, I mean, it could be all kind of stories you can tell. But I just think that,
That was some good.
when you
advice.
was 2, well, actually, you
I
was
was
18
1.
months. You was almost 2 when we had Steve.
Right.
So,
She was 1 in 8 months.
but we knew.
Yeah.
'Cause at that
10.
point, I mean, you was
10 months.
it was bad at first, but then
Yeah,
we
'cause
just
February and
became.
April.
You was the most intriguing. You was a little kid weird because you would come in and
Who
my
was
mother would
weird?
have knickknacks and stuff on the coffee table, and she had a little stand that had a lot of knickknacks and glass and breakables. Ariel would neatly walk to the shelf and take everything down and put it on the
Y'all, he
floor.
tells us this all the time.
And then stack everything back up there perfect and then clap her hands and laugh. It was just strange. And then walk away and then come back, go on another table or something and do the same thing. She would just take everything down. And then look at the table and then put everything back where it go. And then clap. And then you would laugh and then her mother
Man, I
said,
just
leave
did
her
that
alone.
shit today.
She said,
I
leave
ain't
her
gonna even
alone.
lie. I was organizing
Her
my
mother-
drawers. I
she
took
would go to
everything
my
out,
mother.
put it out, everything back
She would
in.
go to my
But it was
mother.
more organized.
It was more organized.
She
when I
would go
put
to
it
my
out there.
mother, turn around, walk over to my mother. My mother would give her orange slices. Give her orange slice, we eat it in her mouth.
And I
She's
love
like, leave her
orange
alone.
slices.
Leave her alone. And
She
then
a smash them.
I love
we'll
orange
leave you
slices,
alone.
bro.
And then she said, watch her. Watch her. And we sit down and we'll watch Ariel. And she said, no, don't put it back. Leave it alone. Ariel will put it all back on the shelf. See. Then she would go back over to her and get an orange slice. That was, and by then my mother would cook dinner and you would eat. When she was a baby
What
by then.
Steven did?
Steve, he was a good kid.
Oh my
He'd
God!
crawl
That's all
around,
they
you could put him
always
on a
started
sheet.
out with that.
Well, Steve thing was he had to know what was going on. He just, if you know this kind of guy he is, he, as long as he know everything's cool, he got to see what's happening.
He always gotta see
You
what's
put
going
him
on.
with what's going on, and you would be quiet. Like you, I would sit you on the couch in the corner to where everybody's right here. You would be sitting on that couch right there looking at us. You was cool. But if I turned you away, you couldn't see nobody. Oh, it was clown time.
Oh.
You would only cry when you had to use the bathroom when you was hungry. That's it. Other than that, or when you was just tired, or want somebody pick you up, or when you seen your mother. When you seen her, she had to get you. If she didn't, you was clowning.
That's funny.
She would pick you up when she was little.
I bet Ariel did.
She was barely could walk, man, trying to pick you up.
Yes, I can see
Oh,
her picking
Lord.
me up as a kid. I can imagine that.
Okay, Daddy. My next question is, do you have, or well, what do you wish you knew before you was a father? Before you became a father, what do you wish you knew
That would have helped you out.
that would have helped you become a better father?
I wish I knew the relationships wouldn't work. I wish I knew that shit happens, you get older, and life changes, and I didn't know all that, man. I mean,
You were young,
I
though.
thought that when you broke up, man, it was just broke up forever. I didn't know you could be separated from somebody and there would actually be a growth span behind it. A lot of people think when they separate and they get away from somebody, it's over with. Sometimes you need a separation to grow a little bit, to accept. You can't fix everything. Sometimes some people need to be away from each other to fix what's going on. You can't always be in a person's face and they grill, want to see them, want to be. They have to miss you and you have to miss them to create an avenue for y'all want to be together. But two people want to be together. If you want to be with somebody, you got to want to be with them. You got to miss them. You got to desire them. If two people get tired of that, then you got to do something to reinvent it, or if you care about them enough, let them want to move away and be happy.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the clause in that. If they let you go, they can't get mad if you find a life that they ain't happy with. Can't come back and say, I know I made a mistake. They let you go. If you let them go, you can't get mad when they move on and meet somebody and have something.
Yeah.
So that's the cliche. But should y'all meet and be together again? I wish I knew that separating would be healthier being a father than it was at trying to stay there.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes your kids see things they're not supposed to, hear things they're not supposed to, by two people trying to be together just because they think that's the best for the kids. That's not always the best thing to do.
All right, Dad. So next question is, what do you think? Oh, what do you want? What do you want me and Steven to know that we don't already know about you? Is there anything that you want us to know that we don't already know about you?
I already know that y'all don't know about me. Let's see.
Excuse me. I know we know everything. I feel like we know everything.
No. I'm just saying.
If-
I'm just trying to think.
If it ain't nothing, I mean,
It might not be none.
It might not be nothing.
We can move
If
on
you
to the
got-
next
I'm about
question.
to say, if you got to think that hard, it probably ain't
We
nothing.
can come
there.
back.
Well, I wish. Shit.
Or is it anything that you wish we knew sooner in life? Because as we grew, we knew more because we got to know you more.
I think from my perspective, I think that I think y'all raised us the way y'all supposed to. Like, I feel like y'all had issues, you and Mom. We never saw them. Y'all never showed us. Like, we knew y'all had issues. We knew y'all wasn't together, but the fighting, arguing, shit like that. We never saw that. But as we got older, we started to understand why y'all did things, and I feel like that's the way that you should do it. Because having all that on us as a young age, I feel like they would have fucked us up.
I mean,
we would have been
I'm gonna
fucked
tell
up.
y'all. Okay, I'll
like
tell you this.
Timeline wise, we knew what we should have knew.
We
at
knew
the
at
ages
every
the
age,
ages,
y'all
we
did a
shoulda known
great
it.
job
Ask
with
me
that.
Ask me that question again.
So my question is there anything you want your kids to know about you that we don't already know?
Okay. A lot of times when I was with your brothers, she made me sometimes want to give up. And I know I used to be there. Y'all would call me and y'all remember Dad would be there, man. I want to just drop the towel because I'm telling you, as a man, when you pay child support and then still being there as a father, it was hard to really represent and still give y'all things and still do for you guys. I thought it was over dramatic. I thought it was too much sometimes. Like I could never have a life of my own because.
But I think we know that though.
Well, what I'm saying is that's just how I felt.
Yeah, but we know that though.
But when I saw y'all
back then,
but
we weren't supposed to know all of that when we were that young. But we started like Steven said, every point in our life. We started to learn more as much as we should be able to take.
But the hard part is when I
like,
saw you guys, when we saw each other, then it changed.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think that's what your mother realized, that if he see him and I got him dressed up, he'll change. And she was always have y'all nice and clean. Y'all was nice outfits on. Y'all was respectable. You know, y'all went to school. Y'all used to listen to me. We had fun. We used to go fun parks and all that. So later on, what happened was it started growing on me as, damn, you know, I used to have a belief that, and like I said, that support system. My sisters be like, well, you know, blah, blah, blah. They used to do that for my kids, and I went through this having a struggle, and then I was this and that. You know, you a man, stay strong, do it for your kids. And I would do it for a blind faith. Like, you know how we say, God-fearing. What I used to do is I used to believe that I was doing it for this great entity that loved me, that told me that he died for my sins. And I never saw him. I never ever saw him, but I used to do it because I was told to do that and be good as a father or whatever. You can't see it. You can't understand it, but it was like, damn. But the joy came from what, like now I see a lot of your peers and family members will say how y'all were when y'all came up. Y'all was tight. Y'all was clean.
Yeah.
Like, damn, you know, I was part of that.
Yes.
Helping that out.
Yes.
Like giving that by working real hard at my job.
Yep.
So sometimes that was the blind faith that I was rolling on.
Yes.
Because sometimes you would give up. You'd be like, damn, I can't
so
win
good,
shit.
These
I can't, man. She just getting everything she want. I'm cursed, man. They cursing me, man. I ain't got no life, you know. I would just feel just some kind of way, man, being a father, man. You just sit back like, shit. Something got to get better for me than people like, oh, just keep your faith, man. Keep your head up. Keep doing the right thing. Man, you a good father. And blah, blah, blah. Then just kept doing it. And then I seen you guys grow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. I'll be like, shit, let me keep doing it then. Then I grow. Then y'all grow. Then y'all grow, then I grow. And that was just one hand helping the next one. You don't see it at first. You just got to believe it. And then when you quit looking for the negative, you start seeing things that say, damn, hey, man, your son, man, he's strong, man. He running fast in football. Hey, you're smart, ain't she? Is she some kind of genius or something? You know, they would be saying stuff like that, you know. She's real intelligent, Steve. I was talking to her. You know, boy, you should be proud of your kid. And like, just listening to people. Like, wow. You know, I bet they don't even know that, you know, because y'all probably think that, damn, we struggling like a mama. Boy, I hate shit. So they don't believe that I'm supposed to do the right thing. Shit. You know, sometimes that's just hard.
Jeez. You know? It's like, nigga, y'all don't even know.
College, this professor talking crazy, man. These dudes sitting up here talking crazy to me, man. And they got all this money and they ain't going to school.
A lot.
I'm going to school and I'm broke.
Facts.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah. So the last question is: do you? Well, I mean, the whole podcast. I feel like you've been giving 100% great advice to other fathers. But do you have one thing that you can give some advice to like the young fathers out here? And we'll close off with that. That was some good advice you just
Remember,
gave.
remember what you was doing to create that child. I mean, you might have been having fun. You might have been really caring about a person. Think about yourself in that child's position. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You have to put yourself in. That's you. That's a little bit of you looking up to yourself saying, hey, Big Me, can you help me? You know, be a better man. Can you help me take care of my life? That's what you have to look at. Because that's what it is. You got all of that child is a smaller version of yourself. Just a carbon copy. Whether you mix the DNA cells with this person right here, you look at something that they have and something you have, and you mix these DNAs together, and you create this swirl of a human being. You know, and these people are you, and you are them. So,
and without you, they couldn't be here. Without men,
yes.
ain't no kids. I mean,
and
women do grow them and everything.
Take some kids out of some people's life,
sperm
and think about it too. Take some kids out of some people's lives. We seen some young men die with this brutality that's going on in the streets, and we see how this is destroying these mothers. Now think about that. This is a mother without her child. Now your child is living and right here. I mean, a lot of it is right there in front of you.
Why do you think men do that? Like, why do you think men abandon their kids?
Because it's a conflictual issue, like you said earlier about the woman. They mad at her, she mad at them. Some men love a woman so much they get so mad at her. Excuse my French, but fuck everything. I don't give a fuck about nothing.
You've been there before.
You broke up with me. Screw you.
Yeah,
F you.
You done been there before.
Huh?
You done been there before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it makes a woman could mess with you mentally so bad that would make you want to drop everything. Because as a man, you might, what the fuck am I doing? Why do I keep doing all this? I'm doing this and she don't respect this or that. All she doing, what you trying to do is get deep inside her feelings. You trying to hurt her feelings. You trying to hurt her emotionally. She get deep inside your feelings and she trying to hurt you. That's why I said, y'all trying to destroy each other. But what y'all doing is destroying the little mini you and hers. Destroying your kids. And y'all heal. Whew. You as a man, you will heal. I heal. Actually, you get better when you get away from, like if you think somebody is, what you say, toxic to you, they're not good for you. When you get away from anything toxic, what happens? Start breathing better, feeling better. You know, the body, blood pressure only can go so high. The temperature in your body can only be so much, and your body will start breaking down. Your heart can only beat so fast. Your conscious thoughts can only be at a certain point, and you won't think right. So if you're not doing right with a person and they don't make you feel equal in these ways, then they unhealthy for you. Some people have bad hearts and high blood pressure, have strokes behind relationships because they try to stick in something that won't work. So, my advice to a young person, be aware, stay conscious. If you have a child, that's your responsibility. It is what it is. Be a man, be a woman. And if some women, I hate to say it, I know it's, some women have kids, can't take care of them. Give them to one of your siblings that want them, that don't have no kids. Or let somebody adopt them. I know that's strong, but would you rather your mother come and talk to you and say, Ariel, I gave you to Mr. and Mrs. Smith because I couldn't take care of you and I was weak as a woman, I wasn't strong enough? Or I kept you around
and all this destruction and all this bad stuff happened to you.
You take your mother through therapy because you went through whatever, and she say, well, all this you went through and all this because, you know, I kept you around and I wasn't happy with you being around and I hated you and I regretted you forever. You know, like, what? And then this other girl probably got her degree, probably got a better life because of it. I mean, you can't call shit when it is because real love will conquer all. If you love your kids, if you love your family, if you love that what you have, you will be one again.
Okay.
You will be together again. I just think you gotta love what love brought to the house. If love don't live here no more, then you gotta leave love alone.
And we gonna wrap it up right there, y'all. Thank y'all so much for
And
listening
that was
to the
the
podcast.
Sawcast.
Father's Day edition. Dad, you dropped so many gems, so many
Shit.
good advice in this podcast. Every
This
single
was-
father need to listen to this podcast.
This was easy. Shit. I mean, I'm just talking about just regular life. I don't know much. It's a lot of gentlemen that I would looking up to as being good fathers myself. So I got a lot of examples in front of me. And then the real weird part is when you raise kids, you try to do the best you can. I made a lot of mistakes, but when you try to do your best you can and they become positive adults, they become your role models. So, you know what I'm saying? So you get,
Wow.
is that weird?
No.
That's weird,
No,
huh? It ain't
no, it's
weird.
not. It's
Hey,
not.
okay, look at a mirror, then look at it. Reflection your direction. Can you stare at my reflection?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all it is,
No.
a mirror reflection. It's a reflection. Your direction. Can you stand your reflection?
He about to make a song, y'all.
Yeah.
After this.
I mean, it's just like you look in the
Yeah,
mirror.
man.
You look at your child, you're
Might
looking
as
at yourself. So if you did the best you can, and then you need some inspiration, all you got to do is look at the one that you helped out. They should understand that you helped them. And if they didn't understand, then that'll make you a better person because you'll be like, damn. Then you start looking at them, and then they look at you with respect, and then that's a strong family. to
Oh,
me.
Dad. Okay, so I guess I'll add one more. Was it worth it?
Yes.
Was it worth it being the dad that you were, going through all you went through?
Yep.
Do you think your kids came out the way you wanted
I
them
can
to?
understand. Sometimes I get so mad at your moms and what we went through in life, but I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't take it back.
Do you think your kids came out the way you wanted them to?
Yeah.
He said, yeah.
Only difference is, I wish I would have hit the lottery or something about 200 million.
Swear to God, I wish you would.
About 2-3 years ago, yeah.
We would be up.
Give everybody
been
about 10,
different,
20
different.
million. Yeah, let
Different,
everybody,
different.
invest in them a business and say, hey, if the business fall, then come back to me. We just buy us a house and sit back and just
See
live.
the type of father he is. He lit.
I'm just saying, I would have me some
father.
millions sitting back. I would run to Hawaii. I don't know. I'd be in Scotland,
I swear to God, I'd be in Scotland.
Scandinavia. I'd be everywhere, man.
the hood.
We have
Swear to
friends, man. We have friends everywhere.
It's all good.
It's
Give us
all
about
good,
10
Dad.
years.
Yeah, give me and
5 to 10
Steven
years.
5 to 10 years. We in the game.
5 to 10, we got you.
Swear to God.
Well, y'all do what? Well, Steve, you don't travel like Ariel do. Ariel travel.
Yeah,
How many trips
but
you went on this
He
year?
used to
About
travel
10?
with me. Huh?
About 10 trips this year?
No.
What
Probably
time you
like
been on the
5.
plane? I just know about 4.
Right. It probably was 5 trips
Wow.
this year. But
Wow.
yeah. So I'm gonna stop the podcast. Thank y'all so much for listening. Like, share, subscribe. And I really appreciate y'all listening to us. Having our backs, everything that y'all doing, everything. Just support us. Just continue to support us. And you know what I'm saying? All single fathers need to listen to this podcast. Let the single fathers know in y'all life to listen to the podcast.
yes, sir. And always protect your energy.
All right.
And we'll see y'all next week. Bye.